Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. We need to have real talk. It's been no secret to anyone but myself that I have packed on some pounds during the queue. And I am having that reality now, and I'm tired of it. June's workout split, everything was really good for the first 2 weeks. Middle of the month, me and my boyfriend broke up. Totally mutual, totally fine. We're in fact still really good friends. And rest of the month, I was just kind of like, it's a complete wash. I'm sad, I'm frumpy, but then I had that realization. I was looking at old photos and I saw myself at what I would deem the happiest I had been, which was last winter, which is very funny because I wasn't making videos then, and I didn't really have a lot of documentation of how happy I was with my weight, with how I looked, with everything going on in my life. And I was looking at those photos and it just made me really sad because I know that I put on a few pounds during quarantine. I haven't measured and weighed myself because I am terrified to do so. A lot of it is being upset because of the breakup. A lot of it is still being upset and frustrated with my current work situation, and just in general, just being in quarantine, being cooped up in this house with all the things going on in the world. It's been a lot to deal with. Since me and my boyfriend broke up, it was kind of like I had that little pity party for myself. I was looking at those old photos, got really disgusted, looked myself in the mirror and said, okay, you need to snap out of it. I've been on a fitness, weight loss, healthy lifestyle journey for about 5 years now. And I might not know if this particular split works well for me, but I do know in past experiences that this is kind of what I've based my whole workout split around. Let's talk at-home workouts because your girl can't do them. I'm currently training only 4 days a week with 2 days of active recovery, with one of those days being fully dedicated to yoga and meditation. So on Mondays, I work on my lower body and abs. Tuesdays, I work on my upper body. Wednesday is a yoga day, and I dedicate that to just strictly yoga and meditation. Any other sort of exercise in there is kind of just an added bonus, but those are the two that I mainly focus on Wednesday. Thursday is lower body, Friday is upper body, Saturday is an active recovery day, which can be used as an alternative rest day. If I wanted to go for a hike, if I wanted to go for a walk, if I wanted to go for a run, go swimming, or if I wanted to use it as another yoga day, I easily could. And then Sunday is a total relaxation day. Therefore, no workouts, no nothing, totally just a rest day. On Mondays, I try to focus on just one large muscle group, which means it's either going to be my hamstrings or my quads. I try to focus inner thigh, outer thigh, or the gluteus maximus. Tuesday, I try to switch up, and it goes the same thing with my lower body as with my upper body. So if I'm working, say, back and biceps, I'm not going to do shoulder work or throw chest and tricep work in there. I'm going to try to keep, biceps and back together, or I'm going to do chest, shoulder, and triceps. Wednesday, as I said, is completely dedicated to yoga. At one point in quarantine, I was doing yoga almost every single morning, and I felt that that was helping with not only just my flexibility and just movement of my body, it also helped tremendously with the mental capacity that my brain was in. So with quarantine, we've all been dealing with a lot of emotional problems, being told to have a completely new outlook on life. And for me, meditation and yoga has really helped kind of center that, so I'm not feeling as overwhelmed. And I stepped away from that, and I really noticed an immediate difference when I was being actively mindful and when I wasn't. And so it kind of breaks everything up a little bit nicely. And with my new work schedule, Wednesday is technically my Friday, so it's kind of nice to not have to worry too much about a physical activity that day. Wednesdays are also days that I go see my chiropractor, so I kind of not doing too much physical activity on those days, especially when I come back home from my chiropractor appointments and I'm feeling a little stiff or sore, or just not feeling really up to par to a workout. Hopping to Thursday is lower body, and it's that same motion. If I worked, say, my hamstrings on Monday, on Thursday I'm going to work quads, just working the opposite muscles, so that way you're not putting too much strain on one particular group and just kind of evening everything out in the leg. Friday is another upper body day, which means if I worked my back and bis on Tuesday, Friday means we're working chest, tris, and shoulders. Saturday I've been using kind of as an extra recovery day. I'm not really hammering out any sort of activity. I'm not saying that I have to go walk for 45 minutes or I have to go hiking or I have to go swimming. I kind of left that day really open because Saturday is the one day that I like go run and do errands, and I'm usually the most busy. Therefore, a lot of the time I felt that I wasn't making a conscious effort in putting in a workout, and therefore I would feel that I was failing because like there wasn't enough hours in the day. I've left Saturday as an active recovery day. If that means that I choose to go walk around Target for 45 minutes at a brisk pace, then that counts as an active recovery day. Sunday is my total recovery day. No movement, no nothing. That's the day that I'm staying in bed watching Netflix and just hanging out. I've been trying to pepper in ab workouts in every single day, but abs is my least favorite thing to work out. I absolutely hate it. And I've been trying to just pepper in a little bit each day so that way it's not one full day dedicated to abs and I end up hating myself. So when I'm done with my lower body, I'll throw in a couple sets of ab workouts or oblique workouts, or even on my upper body days, I'm still doing the same thing. Peppering those workouts in at the very end and just trying to sneak them in does work a little bit better for me because I really just hate abs that much that I would not want to dedicate an entire day to it. I have done that in the past. It never works out well. I always skip those workouts and I hate them. A lot of the time I'm a lot more excited doing the backs or shoulders or glutes. Like I'm more excited to do those, and then once I'm done with those, I'm pretty much hitting a good stride that I can just throw in the ab workouts. Each workout I start with a 5-minute warm-up and then a 5-minute cool down once I'm done. With that 5-minute warm-up looks like, it depends on what muscle group I'm working. If I am doing my legs, and obviously you really want to do a glute activation, just enough to get the body moving so that you're not jumping in cold. The body's warmed up, I jump right into the workout. My workouts usually take me anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. It really just depends if I'm farting around and listening to music or if I actually want to get down and get to work. So the workouts themselves, there are between 8 to 10 actual movements that you're doing, and I've been doing about 3 sets of 10 reps. 3 has always been my good number when it comes to doing sets. Obviously, as the month progresses and you're building up more endurance and stamina, you can increase your sets to 4. So then with my cool down, it's really just a 5-minute stretching routine that I do, focusing on the areas that we really just worked. Obviously, with working out at home, that means we are pretty limited to some of the equipment that we can use, which I feel has been my hardest thing of kind of accepting when it comes to working out at home. I have 5-pound hand weights that I use on my lighter days or my warm-ups that I'm doing. Then for the days that I'm doing a little bit more of a heavier lift, I have 10-pound hand weights. These took me forever to find, and I got super lucky with finding them. And yeah, so even though 10 is not my max and it's not my PR, 10 I feel is something that I can maintain during quarantine because I don't even know when gyms are gonna ever open back up again. But this is something that I definitely do feel a burn with, and it's enough to maintain whatever progress I had made. On my leg days, I also incorporate a glute band. Now this is the Susie B Fitness one. I am obsessed with this. I've had this for a while, and I use it almost every single leg day. I use it for my warm-ups and my glute activation, and I feel that it really helps isolate your glutes a little bit more. And this has been one of those things that I bought well before quarantine started, and I really have noticed an immediate difference. And it's something that I have recommended to everybody in getting, especially the Susie B ones, because they are great quality. Obviously with glute bands, they're gonna be a little bit tight, but this one has plenty of stretch that I don't feel like it's gonna break on you. Also from Susie B, I have the long band. Now this is something that I have recently picked up, and I know that she's been doing a lot of restocks, so if you were to check out the Susie B website, I can't promise that she's gonna have it in stock, but if you can get your hands on one, I highly recommend it. I use this as a lot of like my days for cables. So what I do is I stick this part in the door and I stick it so it's a little bit of an anchor, and I can do some cable work with, you know, the exception of obviously using weight on the cables. I also have here another type of resistance band. I've had this thing for forever, and I have like jerry-rigged this to the door before I bought the long band, and if I wanted to do like isolated like bicep curls or something, I could do that. Since getting the long band, I haven't used this as much, but it is good on those days if I want to do like lat pull downs or whatnot, because the band helps, but these have the handles which kind of gives you more of an isolate if you want to work on each arm individually. Really all I have for like at-home equipment to do these workouts. Mostly everything can be done, you know, with using whatever weight you have at home, or even just using your own body weight to complete the workouts. Like I know a lot of the squats I do free body weight, and some other things too. You don't necessarily need a ton of weight. And the workouts that I have included on the split are very low impact, therefore no jumping, no thrashing your body around, and you know, it's not going to be that disruptive to other people in your home. I didn't think it would take 4 months into a quarantine for me to finally sit down and have this discussion, not only with myself, but to also kind of just keep myself a little bit more motivated. And if I put out my at-home workout split, I figured that was probably going to be the best way of keeping myself accountable. I will be sure to list my blog post with the whole workout split for July, and you can find that over at the website at sarahlock.com, 2H's2Ks. And I will also be sure to list all my social media profiles down below too, so you can follow me wherever I might be. There's nothing worse than doing a program with workouts that you hate doing. There's nothing worse than doing a program that you're not comfortable with, that you're going to kind of belittle yourself because you can't do the workouts. And, you know, doing things that are actually fun for you, I feel is 10 times more exciting of getting that motivation to go back to the gym. That said, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Take care. Love you always. Stay safe. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Rolling. Rolling and rolling and rolling. Okay.